Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Walk in Faith. We're in Orlando at NRB and I'm sitting down with Lara Silva.
Yes.
Did I pronounce it correctly?
That was beautiful.
Thank you, so I appreciate that. But Lara, we were talking off camera, right?
Yeah.
But also we want to talk about divine influencer, but you were also in The Chosen,
Yeah.
which we were just chatting about. I watch all Pure Flix films. I know them for many years and looking forward to watching Divine Influencer. But tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, so the movie Divine Influencer is about a young woman. She is a social media influencer. She's all about her followers and her fashion. However, she's all about herself. You know, she's got this me first attitude. She's not malicious, she's just so unaware of everybody else around her. So it's not until she loses everything, she kind of goes from riches to rags. In 1 week, she loses her car, and her parents kind of cut her off as a tough love thing. And out of desperation, she finds herself at a homeless shelter where she starts working and meeting the people that are just hit a tough spot. And she realizes the importance of serving others and how much joy that brings her. And she learns how to pray, and she finds God and the purpose that He has for her life. And then she's influenced by these people that she's meeting.
It's beautiful. And you know, it's interesting, but just take it back a step for a second, right?
Yeah.
Most people don't even know what an influencer, what is an influencer? Because it's very different from, I don't want to sound old, but from when I was young to now. Like even now, when I go into schools and I'll say, hey, we're filming for TV. Nobody responds. When I say YouTube or social media or an
They're
influencer,
like, we want to go viral.
Yeah, I say
on.
virus as a joke because my son is only 7 and he couldn't pronounce viral. But what is an influencer? Tell me about, walk me down. What is an influencer?
The word influencer, right? Like you can either be a really positive influence or you can be a negative influence. An influencer is just, I think, somebody that's captivating, right? They catch people's attention. They have something to say, they have an opinion that to them matters and that they're passionate about, or things that they love that they want to share, right? And so based on what your interests are and what you want to fill your mind and heart with is what you're going to follow. But the message of the movie really kind of points to, are you truly impacting others in a positive way? What are you putting out there? And but it's also about serving others, because we've all felt a service. For us, people that we grew up that kind of gave their time and efforts to inspiring us. And we know how that makes us feel. So we should aspire to do that, to give that back and give our time and efforts to those in need.
And these are influencers in the film is based on like a social media platform. Is that what it is?
Yes, yeah. Olivia Golden in Divine Influencer, she has her social media platform and she is a fashion influencer. She works for this boutique and she just, wants to put her stuff out there until, God gives and takes away. It doesn't matter who you are. So she ends up losing everything.
Wow. I do give a lot of credit. I watch some of it with my son, some of these influencers, and some of them put a lot of work and effort into creating these videos, and they're witty and they're captivating. And it's funny, whenever I say to him, oh, I love this person, that's my way of him not watching it. Because if I think it's cool,
then it's not cool anymore.
I'm like, turn that guy off. I don't know who he listens to. Every day it's someone new. So the other day I said, I'm going to reverse psychology.
Yeah,
so I'm like, I love this guy. I'm subscribing. And now he's like, no. Yeah. And I use the word that like, you gotta cop my merch. So I'm like,
oh no, Dad, don't say that.
And I say like, I'm gonna cop the merch. I'm getting the whatever the plush. I don't know what he's selling.
Whatever.
And now he's like, and I'm like, and I always say, is he a God guy? And if he has a cross, so he's like, he's a God guy. So now I'm like, I'm comping the merch. Yeah. And now it's it. He's like, I'm moving on to someone else, whoever's popular. So
awesome.
Tell me now, where'd you film Divine Influencer?
So we filmed in Georgia, actually.
And that's close to where you live.
Very close, yeah. I drove like 35 minutes to and from work. It was convenient for me, at least. That was really great. It was Alpharetta, Georgia, and surrounding areas.
Oh, we mentioned off camera, you also were in The Chosen, which I was like, I'm pretty sure. And then, amazing. And you played Peter's wife.
Yes.
And one of the scenes we mentioned was that when you're crushing the grapes.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
It's one of my favorite scenes. Whenever people ask me like, oh, what's some of your favorites? That is one of them, because for me, it was a gift as an actor to be able to go through those emotional roller coasters. And I think the scene is like 5.5 minutes. So for me, that was the longest I think I've ever had to do a scene on camera. And it took most of the day, and it was just brilliantly written. It goes from us reminiscing about we're still kind of mad at each other from the night before and how he's not being the man that I need him to be, and his faith is all, not where it needs to be. to him encountering Jesus, and then I'm proud of him, and now he's going, you know, he's getting called to us then thinking about our wedding day. It was just so,
and
it was rich, it was beautiful.
Yeah, and it shows like he was searching for a purpose, right? He wasn't truly fulfilled, and then you were able to say to him like, you know, there's something missing, like, and you supported him. I mean, there's so much, like you said, in that scene. How do you prepare, or what's the emotional preparation when you're playing someone like Peter's wife?
I really immerse myself in how Eden is feeling, what they've been through. I use a lot of like experience too, so that my emotions and what I'm feeling, so that what you see on camera is real. And I think that's what makes the show so special, is that relatability that humanizes all of us. So it's not just the role of Eden, it's actually me, just we're kind of fusing together. So it's me having these moments of, well, how would I actually react to this with my husband? Well, you know, what are some of the things I would feel and say, while staying true to the time that we're in, which is, you know, like 2,000 years ago. She's a you know, Jewish woman. So preparation there's a lot to it, but once you are prepared, you step in, you get into your costume, and it's amazing. Happens. Yeah, and I black out a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean, you probably don't remember your lines afterwards either, right? Like if
Not really. I have no idea where it would start, or It's
unbelievable. I asked someone before, I was like, because she was talking about her favorite line, I said, and she can't remember the line.
Yeah.
You have to sort of.
You do.
I do that with this. When I'm done, I was telling them I rip up the notes and I throw it away.
You have to.
I have to be able to just release it.
Come back to yourself, center. Just take a breath, and then, you know, realize, oh, okay, we've got a life to go live over here. You've got to be a dad or a husband, or we have a lot of hats we put on and what we wear throughout the day. So
were you filming Divine Influencer at the same time you're filming Chosen?
No. So right after we wrapped season 3 of The Chosen, which was I won't spoil for those that haven't seen
I know,
season 3.
Season 4, we're trying to figure out what's happening, but no one's sharing with us.
We're currently filming season 4, so we can't really share too much, but for season 3, that was a rough season for Eden, especially. A lot of heavy material there. So to then get a chance to play a role like Olivia in Divine Influencer was something that I didn't realize I needed, but God knew I needed. I didn't think I would even book the role. I thought I wasn't right for the part.
Really?
Yeah, I went through the audition process, the callbacks, the chemistry reads, and when I booked it, I was like, wow, this is great. I'm excited. Didn't see it coming. But it's just such a different role. She's got fabulous wardrobe and lots of hair and makeup changes, and totally different from Eden. And, you know, it was a good time to just dance on set and have a good time with everybody. It was nice. It was a good 180 from what I went through in The Chosen for season 3.
And you said something earlier too about, you know, we learn a lot when we serve. Right, and as an actress, as a producer, I mean, we have a platform, right? And as an influencer, they have a platform. How important is it to use that platform, you know, for the good?
I think it's really important because, man, the mental health, like I think teenagers especially, what they're struggling with right now with so much depression, so much comparison, and they're comparing themselves to these people that have, you know, what they put out to be incredible lives. They see that, you know, they have all these awesome things, and they're not realizing like who they are and their identity. But if they truly find that their identity is in Christ and the love that He has for us, how He truly sees us, and it takes a lot of work in seeing yourself that way. I think that it's important to find those good influencers in your life, to follow those people that put out good messages, so that you're renewed and you leave. You know, social media is here to stay. So you want to leave your phone feeling good and not heavy and comparing yourself and just envious and sad.
No, I mean, you said so many important things too, and we get so fixated on the likes. And even when I put out videos, I'm like, oh, how many people liked it? I'm like, and I feel like God's saying, it's not about that. If it's about that, then you shouldn't be doing it. It's about that one person
who needed to hear that message, and you might have quite literally saved their life, or changed their life, or changed their perspective, made them have a better day with a smile on their face.
But social media and society tells us we need a lot of people to like it in order for me to feel fulfilled, because I feel insecure. You know, and you see, even on YouTube, I need more subscribers. It's all about subscribers, right? So you get that feeling that I need sort of.
Right. It becomes like almost like a drug addiction feeling when the more subscribers they get, the more followers, the more likes, and they continue to want to seek it there. And that's so dangerous. Yeah, it's
Where does it end? My son too, he's like, we need more subscribers. I'm like, It's not about that. It's not about that. It's about the message, about using that platform. I know Jonathan, I read about sometimes when he goes out, people, you know, perceive him as, you know, they don't separate the character from the person.
It's hard for some people to do that.
I mean, I didn't recognize you at first, I'm sorry. You know, that
it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
I mean, as Eden, but I mean, does that happen to you where people come up to you and talk to you, whether it's about the impact the show has made or just they can't separate the two?
Even on social media, it's really hard when I post a picture with my husband and I. Like, half the time I know people are joking, but there's some people that will comment and say like, "Oh, this is weird. I can't unsee you as Peter's wife. This is weird that you have an actual husband." Like, people comment that stuff, and I'm like, well, get over it. But it is so humbling, so special when someone, when I'm just out at a coffee shop the other day, if I don't look as dolled up, I think sometimes, you know, people might recognize me a little more, but it's really special when they do, because then you know that's a true fan. Like, they really know my face, they know the show, they know the story, and the impact that and the stories they want to open up and share, how it helped, you know, a family member come to Christ, or how they're now reading their Bibles to see, you know, what they're seeing on The Chosen. Is it actually in the Bible, or did we make that up? And that's cool. That's really special. That's what God wants us to do.
That's amazing. I mean, the show is amazing. You know, I turn people onto it. You know, actually, one of my friends, Anna Marie, she's a huge fan. We were in Israel recently. She's
I want to go.
Oh, you gotta go. You gotta go.
I will, hopefully.
It's to see it, to be there, and to walk in the steps of Christ. It changes
Stand where he stood.
And you know, I've been there before. This is second time I've been there. The first time was a completely different experience from the second, because we're a different person.
Yes,
this time was opened me up to just a completely different experience, but I advise you to go. So what else are you working on? I mean, you have the Divine Influencer, which we love, Pure Flix, The Chosen, which we love, and you're not going to tell me about season 4, but
we're currently filming, so I'll leave actually next week to film a couple scenes.
In Texas, right? Is that where you're still filming?
Yep, and then we'll be in Utah all of July.
So what do you hope people walk away with from Divine Influencer, from, you know, The Chosen season 4? What is if there was one thing that sort of surrounds everything, what would it be?
I think, well, the important message of Divine Influencer, which is serving others, right? And then with The Chosen, I mean, Jesus was the epitome of what it was like to serve others. He came down to us, and, you know, instead of wanting to be served by everyone else because he's the Lord and King, he humbled himself and was the servant to everyone around him, whether it was healing people, washing his disciples' feet, whatever it was. Just, that humility, that's something that we can carry in life in general. So I think with both how these projects, I'm just really blessed.
And has it impacted you? I mean, it sounds like it has, but how has it brought you closer to your faith?
Of course, yes, especially in this career as an actor. It's not easy.
Were you always in faith-based, or did you do more secular?
I've done I've done Queen of the South, a show called Dynasty as well. It's I love both worlds. I mean, people need us everywhere. God calls us to be everywhere. Go out into all the world, not just the churches and the faith-based films. So I just want to live a life of, you know, be honest in who I am and what I believe. I'm not going to beat people over the head with it, but I want them to know that this is who I am, and, you know, this is why I am. And this is why I am the way I am, and hopefully that will inspire or influence someone to
Wow,
to
it's so beautiful. So where can people find out more about Divine Influencer?
On August 4th, you can stream it on Pure Flix, and hopefully a theater near you. We don't know. Hopefully.
I hope so.
Let's push for it.
We'll push. Well, I'll be watching it on Pure Flix. David gave me a list of films in the queue, so now I have to go through them all. But really a pleasure to meet you and speak with you. Thank you so much.
To meet you. Thank you.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Walk in Faith. Always remember, you have the ability to inspire and evangelize through words and actions. God bless you. Hey everybody, it's Craig Syracusa. I'm the host of Walk in Faith, and I'm also the executive director of the Emmaus Center. If you would like to find out ways that you can contribute and help us bring the Word of God, help us evangelize, please log on to emmausbrooklyn.org for more information. God bless you.